What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We gotta go to the Martyr's Endurance. Yeah, so let's do that. Still have to take Jay with us, unfortunately, but we will. It's okay, it's okay. It is what it is. Hopefully it won't take as long to load in here as it did previously. Did not. Great, fantastic.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Thought it was Chorda's dogs. It was not. So we can go in there, or we can go this way. Rizza!
Is there money to be made?
Everybody's got the fiend of Veabos 6 on them. You have no other options, Rizza. If you abandon Footfall to Chorda and flee, where are you going to sell your goods or restock your supplies? It will just be a slow death for all of you. No missiles, no water, no air. So quit bargaining with the inevitable and follow the plan. Your plan is a suicide pact. You have no allies, no weapons, no nothing. Vladimir and Rizza notice you, and the old pirate grins sarcastically. You're trying to play above your league, Vakimo. You've taken on a rogue trader dynasty with only a handful of cutthroats and a couple of guns to your name. I see your march to the gallows as more of a gallop. Turning away from Rizza, Vladimir's expression does not change, but an indistinct curse falls upon his lips. Liege Tokara, my greetings. Vladimir replies in a ceremonious voice. My apologies for being unable to receive your lordship in my office. My present status imposes certain limitations on me. Greetings, your lordship, and as for you, Vakimo, I've got nothing to add. Your plan is utter crap and kind of gamble I don't take. I'll leave you to think about your prospects and maybe realize that using my shuttle would be a better idea while the shuttle and I are still here. By the throne's radiance, Vladimir, if you don't tell me this very moment where you and Falco are keeping my guys. Former liege interrupts Jay with a dry gesture. I don't do business with rats, Hidari, and surprisingly enough, I don't mean you this time. In that case, pray to the Exalted One that Falco confirms what you said before he dies. Disappointed, Jay takes her hands off the weapon and bows her head before you pertinently. Forgive my brazenness, Shireen, he's all yours. Look at Vladimir. The former liege looks angry and focused. His coat collars unbuttoned, showing the meshwork of ceramite reinforced armor hidden underneath. He's wearing a gun holster on his side. Now that Vladimir has thrown off the mask of a disgruntled bureaucrat, his sleeves are rolled up, showing his old bandit tattoos. He's exuding an air of imperious cruelty. How's the station faring? It's turned into a kingdom of death. Executing protesters, cracking down on corrupt trades, and suppressing dissent are all good, useful policies within reasonable limits. I've used them myself, in fact. However, Lady Chorda, reasonable limits are a distant memory of the past. Fortunately, I've been preparing for that turn of events ever since the first time that hag tried to take Footfall. You helped us then, giving me more time to organize. I set up weapon caches, enlisted more fighters, and deleted my agent's data from the Cogitator network. When Chorda took power, she thought she'd won, but the station was still mine, to an extent. My little army is waging war on the enforcers. We slaughter patrols, wrestle back detainees, and punish those who collaborate with the enemy, or are close to someone who does. Vladimir's ruthless smile is like a jagged steel trap, and Sinjia has her reprisals and I have mine. Everyone must remember there are consequences for collaborating with the occupation force. I see your position of power has not changed you, still the bandit you always were. Vladimir smiles tersely. Old habits will never go away. I admit, I didn't exactly miss the days of my youth, but to find myself in the line of fire again is invigorating. Your lordship, perhaps you have little love to spare for me, nor have you built a strong alliance with the organization I'm a member of. But if you're looking at the new order of things on Footfall gives you even a tiny suspicion that it's damned madness, step in and help me stop it. What kind of help do you expect from me? A general uprising will be doomed. The enforcers have isolated the asteroids. We can't strike out against Insinjia. She has a greater numbers, and her throne's refractor field will stop her from any attack. An Insinjia smile appears on the leech's lips, so we'll ask her ladyship to come to us, exploiting her overconfidence. If she wants my blood, let her come and spill it. She knows we use the Amasis as our meeting place. If you let the enforcers know I can be found and grabbed in here, she will come. Hardly with her throne in tow, I imagine. We'll lure her into a trap, kill her, and take back Footfall. Why would I take part in that? Because a critically important station in the Expanse is about to become a graveyard. One commerce dies, merchants will turn piracy. What else could they do? Connections between worlds will be weakened, since Chorda will make short work of the astropaths as soon as she gets them. And Chorda, do you think Footfall will be enough for her? No, she'll march onto your worlds as well. Besides, your lordship has not yet considered the possibilities that working with the Casabolica mission opens up. Now is the perfect moment for you to gain a new ally. In a time of crisis, every friendship is valuable. Instead, your Chorda has nothing to offer you, while my organization's gratitude is guaranteed. Between losing an influential partner and strengthening your ties with them, I'm sure you'll opt for the latter. What size of force do you command? However much Twitter like to believe she's kicked the Casabelica out of Footfall, she hasn't. We're scattered all over the station, lying low, and there's still enough of us to cause trouble. A small band of my most daring staff members who were by my side when I came to power, business partners who still remember that my venture is only as reliable as the grip of the venturer's hand on their pistol. Add to that the group of Xenos mercenaries, which my colleagues from the Casablanca mission have provided me with. A radical solution, I know, but they don't care who they kill as long as I pay them, and I have means to pay them. We would have the greater numbers if Rizza wasn't so damnably cautious, and Heronius did us a favor and shut his preaching trap. If Lodime grits his teeth and adds quietly, I would have long thrown the good reverend for a loop if it weren't for the fanatical mob that would show up here to revenge him. What does Rizza have a problem with? She has misgivings about the prospect of our cooperation. The old rogue prefers not to pick fights unless her victory is a foregone conclusion, and right now she seems to be planning on fleeing rather than fighting. She needs the right kind of motivation. What a shame. There's no one the cold bitch values enough for me to take them hostage. Why did Rizza call you a Vakimo? Old nicknames die as hard as old habits. I used to be known by the name of the station. The Vakimo is a myth, a malicious spirit stalking for prey at Footfall's empty sectors. Takara chuckles. I had a terrible reputation when I was young. Why has Heronius shown up here? He preaches repentance. Lodime remains stone-faced for a few seconds before giving in and letting a sarcastic smile form his lips. Chorda sent him here to make us lay down our arms and renounce our rebellious ways. But he seems taken back by the scale of Lady Incendia's purges, which opens up possibilities. If we can put pressure on him, he'll bring over zealots who'll tear apart whoever puts his finger at a useful man. I regret not establishing the rapport with him sooner. News of Incendia's death is hardly going to please the Lord Inquisitor. Considering Calcazar has never once interfered in the station's affairs, he doesn't care about Footfall. This means he also doesn't care who runs the station, as long as things are quiet on it. I'm going to make sure things are quiet. Granted, he did give Chorda a security detail, but if she's already, Takara emphasizes the last word, dead, and her death doesn't smell of deadly heresy, he won't likely bother to investigate. The Lord Inquisitor will simply entrust governance to someone who won't cause him problems. Me. I realize it's a bold hypothesis, and the Lord Inquisitor may have me hanged for Chorda's death, but my life is at stake as it is, so I may as well take the risk. I've understood your plan. An unblinking gaze fixes you. I hope you're finding it promising. I will help you overthrow Chorda. Each second of her controlled rule will cost the lives of hundreds of innocent people. I'm glad you're with us, your lordship. This is a fight we must be well prepared for. As a colleague of mine used to say, if your brain doesn't hurt from all the thinking of where to hide, it'll find out even your skull isn't thick enough once the fight is on, which sounds especially ironic considering how he died. I'd like to ask your opinion on how prepared we are to entertain Lady Incendia. Perhaps some of those gathered in here will support us. Rizza's people, Heronius' zealots, even Octavia's regulars. We can use whomever we can get. If you think that may be worth fortifying our position or preparing a few surprises for our guests, my people and arsenal are at your disposal. All I have to do is say the word. As soon as we're ready, send Chorda a message saying I'm here. Let her come. We'll settle our differences the Footfall way with a gunfight. I'd like to make a deal. Regret for your lordship, I have nothing to offer you at the moment. My access to the assets you're interested in has been temporarily restricted. It's going to take putting a bullet through a couple of heads for me to once again be able to offer an adequate range of merchandise. I'll take a look around. Flime nods attentively. Then he looks down his data tablet showing a map of the station's systems. He scrutinizes it with a pensive expression. All right, so we got to turn all these people to help us fight. And I'm going to definitely try to get all of them. Heronius. The Emperor protects young Von Valancius. What has brought you here? Perhaps you'd like to confess. Repentance is the first step on the path to redemption. We've already been over this part. Yeah, we already went over this. You raised a worthy daughter. Why are you preaching here among the rebels? It is not rebels I see. I see fools and malefactors whose weakness made them reject the law of the Imperium, who needed repentance of instruction. Had I come here earlier, perhaps I could have been able to prevent this heretical insurrection. What do you see, rogue trader? I see frightened people trying to save their lives. You're entirely right, but it's not their lives they should be saving. It is their souls that are truly unparable. Reverend, I want to stop Incendia. Help me. You're openly declaring your intent to move against an exactor of the Emperor's justice, and why should I, her mentor in faith, help you commit the act of treachery? Because her actions fly in the face of all that you believe in, that you truly believe in. Incendia's world has no place for redemption or mercy or penitence. Would the sight of such a world please your eyes? Heronius' eyes are filled with bitter sadness. No, it would not. My way of serving him has always been different from the Ecclesiarchy's beaten paths. St. Drusus' doctrine taught me virtues that are unknown to many among the righteous, and I, in turn, taught them to my brothers and sisters. I tried to teach them to Incendia, too, but she chose a different path. It's time for me to remind her of those lessons. Now that you've banished my doubt, I will do what must be done. St. Drusus' faithful will aid you in battle. Have you sheltered a pirate among your brethren? Sheplin is a deeply believing servant of the Emperor. Few are as intimately familiar with the human vice as him, and this is what filled his words with sincerity. heeds and respects him and all the hardened rascals and cutthroats who are part of that flock. Why not? Our doctrine shuns no one so long as they're willing to receive its word with an open soul. You give penitents a chance for redemption. That is commendable. I also take no credit for that. They chose the path themselves. I merely point out that the oath is open to all and instruct those who have started their journey for redemption. For thus St. Drusus has taught us. Goodbye, Reverend. All right, we convinced one.
Keep your wits about you.
Easy peasy. One is better than none, but we're getting them all, so that's okay. Citizen, citizen, goods, 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 all the goods. Give it all to me. The chaplain. Hello, chaplain. The imposing man covered head to toe in scars is hard to mistake for anyone else. You're looking at the chaplain, father confessor of the late Dens Bellardo, whose funeral seemed like an eternity ago now. His arms are crossed as he surveys the hall with a gloomy expression. As you approach, he bows deferentially. Your lordship, it's nice to see that St. Drusus has protected your neck from the heretics and the Xenos since we last met. Shame how it's always sad events that bring us together. The previous time was at a funeral, and now it feels like half of Footfall needs a memorial service. Long time no see. What are you doing here? Same as always, your lordship, bringing the Emperor's light to the lowly downtrodden. I'm over my head at work. The station's teeming with hungry, maimed, and frightened people. His large fists clench into a twin mace heads. Her ladyship and sentient Chorda, as a righteous zeal, doesn't see the atrocities her enforcers commit in the shadow quarters. Using her name as their shield, I interfere wherever I can, but to be honest, I'm almost spent. Helping everyone is more than I can do. How fares Dins's young heiress, Adelia? A warm smile brightens Chaplain's rough features. Safe and sound in my care, your lordship. Barely any time has passed, and I already think of her as my own, and the girl herself clings to me. She's took to learning the ways of voidfaring with gusto, and she's already better at numbers than me, a true trade captain in the making. I hid her somewhere safe for now. It's bad time for the girl to be on footfall. She's seen enough wound blood as it is, more than enough. What's your opinion on this situation at the station? Honestly, perhaps this began as cleansing, but since day one, it admittedly looked more like a frenzy of fanaticism. Granted, people with a clear conscience have always been few and far between on footfall, but is that a reason to exterminate everyone for the pettiest infractions? St. Drusus teaches us to bring people back to the Emperor's light and only punish those by death who's crossed the forbidden line and turned away from him irrevocably. I'm my own living proof that even a thoroughly rotten scoundrel can take the path of redemption. Are we in such deep retreat from the heresy we're battling that the flamer and the noose are the only tools we have left? Shame that Reverend Hermonius won't listen. He's too zealous. He sees the face of vice too clearly and finds it abhorrent. Looking at footfall makes him sick, and so he welcomes its cleansing. It's not true. May St. Drusus help you, your lordship. It's not true. We already convinced him to help us out. Riza. Octaviana looks tired but finds the strength to smile briskly. She pours 2 shots of a clear yellowish liquid and streaks Promethium in it and slides one towards Riza. Let us drink to her infallible ladyship Chorda's mercy and good schmuch, wherever they are right now. Riza downs a shot, grimacing contentedly. You're quite the poet, Octi. Yes, indeed. One would hate it if Lady Chorda's ill health affected our own. Have you by any chance run into Lady Chorda's good judgment on your journeys, your lordship? The pirate laughs hoarsely. Oh, Octi, I've missed the fiery sunset of your hair, Shireen. Sorry I haven't brought any gifts today, but we're certainly going to down another round or two. Shut up, Hadar. You came back alive, and that's good enough. Octaviana twists her face in a scowl, but her whole body leans forward for her old friend. And don't beat around the bush. I know the exact reason you've come to footfall in such a rush. But yeah, your guys got killed, every last one of them, before Chorda was even here. Some were found dismembered in the shadow quarters, some became a heap of ash at the crematorium, and the luckiest ones got launched into station orbit by Falco, so that everyone could see how much she despised you and your patron. If the rogue trader will pardon me for saying it. That Ashmag, Jay's voice is full of anger and thirst for vengeance. No, there's still something he needs from me. Not all of them are dead, or at any rate, it will be better for him if some aren't. Where is he, Octi? Speak. You know very well where. Octaviana waves toward a drab-looking door over by a sheet of metal. The sewers are where that rat belongs. You know he was going to rat us all out, Chorda, including Vadime. You should have seen Falco's face when Vadime led the Inquisitor's dogs to him first. Anything strong, Octaviana? From my lord, always. A dusty but finely greenish bottle with a wax seal appears in the bar. Lord Windlescale's favorite blend. So good, it's not entirely legal. However, during his last visit, the lordship told me to put a bottle aside for his return, and who knows if he'll ever return here now. It would be a waste. Here's to the fall of Incendia Chorda. Your courage and forthrightness are admirable, my lord. Down with Chorda. How have you been doing here without me? Badly, there's no one in the mood to lay down and die yet, and we've still people who can't stand Chorda's regime, and they are fighting, a sting a day, always somewhere new. Vadai may be on the run, but he still has people loyal to him. He'd have had more if it weren't for Reverend Hieronymus. Many fell for his sermons and took to repenting and confessing. He's turned so many to the faith that they don't dare touch him anymore. The old man's a force to be reckoned with now. Are you not afraid the enforcers will come for you eventually? Octaviana smiles tenderly. If they show up, I'll blow up the martyr's endurance before I let those butchers take me alive. But for now, I'll be behind the bar, refueling my roughnecks. It's a rotten thing for a captain to abandon ship, isn't it, your lordship? Some captain, if I were you, I'd scram while the scramming's good. I know you're attached to the Amacius, but this hole isn't worth dying for. I have a shuttle hidden away nearby, so we could take off right now. Calm down, Rizza. I'm not holding you here, so don't try to drag me away either. Rizza and I need to exchange a few words. Rizza casts a glance in Octaviana's direction, waits for her to take the hint, and looks away and says, "You're at your lordship's service." Your eyes pierce the pirate, and you sense that the burden of her transgression is so heavy that they will soon drag her under. Her fear has allowed a malicious will to sink its claws into her soul and tear it slowly to pieces. Rizza, the forces you have opened yourself up to will be your undoing, and what's more, crew too will pay for their souls because of you. Rizza's expression turns to stone. She peers tensely into her glasses of trying to find some answers at the bottom. Finally, she raises her eyes at you, looking incredibly tired. You're cruel, you know, your lordship. The way you found where this old pirate was hiding her conscience and dragged it out, kicking and screaming into the light. I got it over my head and almost dragged my guys down with me. I'd be a crap captain if I allowed my fear to kill my crew. Thank your esteemed self for tucking some sense into me. Got a light? The pirate casually rips some kind of amulet from her neck with a beast's fanged-headed crown by horn. She tosses into the nearby empty glass of rock rut and throws the match you offer to her after it. The contents of the glass are immediately engulfed in unholy purple flame. A minute later, all that's left is ash and a nasty puddle of black metal at the bottom. Satisfied with the result, Rizza smashes the glass on the floor. Vladime needs your help. Your lordship, his plan is the death throes of a concerned and condemned man who's grasping at imaginary straws. The Vakimo was once smart, shrewd, and wily, but now he's simply refusing to admit he's already lost. We modest dealers are no match for a rogue trader. It would be different, of course, if we had a strongly motivated or had a rogue trader on our side. Rizza looks you straight in her eyes, meaning quite clear. Spoken like a cowardly crone, not a dreaded pirate captain. Rizza flashes her eyes and scowls. Don't talk to me like that, your lordship. The times we're living in. Barely anyone in the Expanse remembers who old Rizza is, and I'm not getting any respect anymore. That means they need a reminder, and they're going to get one. Oh, what the war. My crew and I will take part in your little uprising, but don't ask me for details. Old Rizza prefers to keep quiet about the backstage side of her insidious and sudden strikes. I'm not going to ask this because we saw her destroy the amulet, so like, why? I'm interested in the fellowship the Void's wears. You may have those. Like this, and then probably sell them. Gotta talk to Octaviana too and see if I can get her to participate in this fight as well. Octaviana, we have a plan for stopping Shorta. Your help would be of use. The woman looks at you pensively, and by we you mean you and Vladime. He always has a plan, but it's by far not always the best plan. Why should I believe in your idea? What do the people in the Hall of Sweeping gesture? This is not about whose idea it is, but who we are doing it for. For the people of Footfall. For you, Octaviana, for your freedom from an insane zealot's reign of terror. The patrons read your last sentence with an enthusiastic roar. Your heartfelt speech resonated with the commoners and seems to have stirred Octaviana too. You sure know how to be persuasive, your lordship. You're right. You're ready to risk your life for us, and here I am being picky like a noble offered a Nutribar made of ground corpses. You can count on me. I don't have any fighters, but I do have a shipment of non-human weapons. Lethal, but with no guarantee of quality. Figuring out how it even works is tricky enough, but that still beats the junk Vladime's cutthroats are armed with. They can have a round on the house. I'll leave you to your conversation. All right, so we convinced so far everybody, it seems. Dreadful Xenos, suspicious prowlers. Koronus. The canter used for cane chain and sheep amnestic for the sake of attractiveness has obviously been enriched with the deodorizing agent.
Let us not dawdle.
Leftover pitiful food, stacks of plates.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The menu system of the Adeptus Amacius looks eerily similar to the design of an internal scan of the fuel compartment. Someone has inserted new data into the void ship's cogitator left over from ancient times.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Order for barricades to be
That's how
assembled.
it's done.
Anything cool in here other than this? Health charge, we'll take it. All right, so I mean, we've talked to everybody. I'm gonna talk to Hieronymus once more. Oh, awareness. Ooh,
My
I should say.
success was
Okay, we got
inevitable.
it. Shoddy cover will offer little protection against a well-aimed shot, but at least it will conceal the target from the shooter. See the Drusian relics. Sure. Actually, I don't know if we need the rep with them, so no. Save again. I kind of want to go into the sewer
always keep
first.
my options open.
Yeah. Let's go into the sewer first. I think this is the sewer. I think. I don't know. I would imagine it is. Maybe it's not. I thought so. I thought so. Welcome to the kingdom of thieves, killers, and smugglers, Shireen. All finest goods on footfall, every last one of them, have passed through these tunnels. Shape for those upper arms a theatrical display of reverence. Your lid examines the filthy walls and the mounds of refuse. The finest goods on footfall. Does that make this place some sort of monkey trading hall? Really? You cannot tell from Yurlit's tone whether she is speaking in jest or genuinely confused. Jay interrupts. I was actually trying to bring a little levity. I wasn't seriously describing. As I said before, Falco's jackals are patrolling every nook and cranny of this cursed place. See those scumbags over there? We need to avoid them and not draw any attention to ourselves, or else we might as well jump a pile of grok shit all over our plan. But for now, we're going to follow the plan. If you allow me, Shireen, I'll refresh your memory. Avoiding the patrolling scum, we will reach the sewer canal and follow it to the east until almost the very end. We connect the gas cylinder to the special intake. Ironically enough, it was previously used for cleaning the air. Then we need to turn the valves in a few spots so the gas reaches the correct chamber. I wish to know exactly where the ashmack was holed up. Argento examines the dark tunnels morosely. To skulk in the shadows, to hide from battle, these things are beneath his warriors. For the sake of saving the innocent, I will dim the flame of my soul that urges me to charge openly into the enemy's ranks. Alright, so we have to do like a stealth mission, but I'm not really sure how stealth works in this game.
Is there money to be made?
This way. Oh. I want to know how close I can get. They needed to put like a little like
Always keep your eye on the prize.
detection radius around them.
I better myself through my service.
We've been in here before.
Keep your wits about you.
Attach gas cylinder.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Save up. F5. Open valve, I guess.
I always have a backup plan.
Never doubt me.
What do we have here? This is intriguing.
Nice disarm there, Pascal.
Operation.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
I don't know what just happened, but we'll reload there. You saved a little bit,
Is there money to be
I
made?
guess.
The Emperor favors me today.
I just want to see who's seen us.
This could be an opportunity.
Maybe we like stepped on a trap.
My warp sight reveals something.
Ah, we didn't see a trap. I was wondering.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Don't fail.
Duty prevails.
Good job. Let's keep saving so we don't have to redo anything.
I always keep my options open.
Don't get caught. Don't get caught.
I always have a backup plan.
Go. So this way? Maybe.
Watch your steps.
Oh.
The machine
Be
guard
quick.
grants the insight.
Keep your wits about you.
I don't think we really need to be on that side for any reason. Another save. Yes. Absolutely.
Let us not dawdle.
Keep a sharp eye.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling. Never doubt me.
100 XP for like each of these traps, by the way, is insane.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Nope, 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 nope. So that guy gets back over here, I guess. Come along now, sir. I think we should just be able to like shoot him, like one shot him real quick.
I always have a backup plan.
Where does this go? Where the hell does this go? Sorry. So they didn't seem to be asleep, do they? We need to open one more valve. Probably this way.
Always keep your eye on the prize. No mercy to those who oppose Confrontation.
No. Unacceptable.
I always keep my options open. Keep your wits about you.
There it is. There she is.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Where is this abandoned cogitator at? Probably over here. You see nothing.
Is there money to be made? Always keep your eye on the prize.
Fuck you.
Select ritual.
Bullshit.
I always have a backup plan.
Save again before we have to reload way back.
Keep your wits about you.
The Emperor
Oh my god, it's
offers no
because
quarter
like when
to
he
his
turns we
enemies.
get a little bit too
Neither
close.
do I.
I always keep my options open.
Go.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Nice.
Is there money to be made?
Wake up, Tora. Come on, you bloody cash. Go, wake up. Jay shakes their surviving twins by the shoulders. Jay? Oh, you completed the Jay's second quest without being spotted. Success! 30th achievement. Get us out of here. It's a trap. He will web you go. The bruised and bloody face of the swollen eyes hard to recognize as the once radiant visage of Tora the twin. Why, the exalted one. What's the aspect done to your poor face? Light of my soul. Jai gently strokes the girl's swollen cheek and then turns to you. He will die here like the scummy Shireen. It's what he deserves. She does not seem to be asking you a question. Do it, Shay. Just gonna walk over and just pop. Nice. Without another word, the cultivator draws her weapon and carries out your sentence. That's for my brother, you piece of shit. A few scant tears trickle from Tora's watery eyes. The rest of the gang are huddled together. Despite their pitiful physical condition, they greet you with satisfied smirks, and they continually shoot delighted glances at you and Jay. Well, Shireen, from now on, Football can sleep soundly. The foulest wart on the rusted body has finally been burnt off by none other than Jai Hadari and her wonderful patron, of course. Jay winks at you, and her face breaks into the most genuine smile you have ever seen from her. I'll admit, I'm still struggling to wrap my head around what's happened. I need to go over things with my guys, and I'll make sure to have some advice and instructions to hand out. As for our little adventure, let's talk about it back on the ship in a more private setting. Absolutely. Let's loot Falco. What do you got, buddy? Thanks.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Anything neat back here? I like this. So this is where we like fell down when we were trapped. He's still up. Get him. All right, let's get out of the sewers and then we'll call it an episode. Where are we going? All right, guys. That's gonna do it for this episode. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. Hey, wait. Let's do this first.
Success is the only outcome I
peace.
accept.